Today we'll find out how good I am at selling. Today I'm on my way to see 3 companies. I'm going to see a manufacturer, a wholesaler and a retailer. So the full set. And I don't have an agenda, I'm not going to get paid. I'm going to see these businesses because I asked to. They didn't ask me. That is because today is a selling day. I have approached some companies that I think we would enjoy working with. Very simple approach, just a quick email saying, look, this is who we are, go and look at our website, look at our videos. Do you think there's any mileage in meeting? And literally that is the line I use. Do you think there's any mileage in meeting up and talking about potentially working together? 3 have come back and said, yes, we don't know what you might do for us, but we think there's something there. Can you come and meet us? And I said yes. And we always do that. Before we start working with people, we'll always do a session with no fee, just to prove the value of what they're about to do. Now, the reason to do the video is, today we'll find out how good I am at selling. And I'll update you later. Whatever happens, even if nobody signs up, I'll update you, because that is sales. Okay, I've just completed my first meeting with the wholesaler and spent 2 hours with them, basically asking a lot of questions about how they get their work, but more importantly, to cut to the chase, I said to them, what did you do last year? And they told me. I said, what are you going to do next year? And they said, and I said, so basically what you're going to do, you're going to do exactly the same and experience exactly the same results and generate the same amount of money. And I said, yes. So obviously when you say that to somebody, then they feel something. If I say, you know, you're going to do the same thing this year, there's a lot of emotional input into the answer, because I still remember what that felt like. I said, are you okay with that? Do you want to do exactly the same, or do you want to do something else, more? I said, well, we are working really hard, you know, we would like to make more money and so on. And so I said, okay, let's cut through everything. Let's cut through all the strategic, all the detail, all the broad discussions and all the noise. And I'm going to ask you 3 questions. There are 3 people in the business in the meeting. And I asked them individually because I want everybody's opinion. And so I said to the first director, if you could just ring up one person, make one single phone call to get a sale, and it will be the only sale you have a chance of getting this year, what are you going to ring? Not who are you going to ring, what are you going to ring? What type of business? Where is it? What type of job does this person do? And I didn't go further than that. Just said, you have one phone call. It's your only phone call you can make to save the business, theoretically. They're not in a saving scenario, but that's how you should think. If I could make one phone call, who is it? I said, well, I think it's people in an international country who do installation. I said, fine. Then start, what's the word? Start adding detail. Well, I don't really care about the detail yet. So I said, no, I'm going to ask the next person. Turn to the second director and say, you get one phone call too. And it's your last phone call you can ever make to try and get a sale. Who are you going to ring in the UK? Right, I'm going to ring electrical companies. Okay, starts trying to explain why, don't care. Turned to the third person and said, same question, one phone call. Said, I'm going to ring consultants in a certain type of, it's technical consultancy. Said, right, I don't need any more than that. What you gave me there was 3 types of person who, if I speak to them and tell them who I am, what I do, why they should buy from me, if I just do that, you will get new business. You will make more money. That gives me a value proposition, because I can then turn around to that company and say, that's my focus. They're the three people, the three types of markets that I will commit to pushing, driving, energizing, spreading the word in those segments, those target groups, that you offer something they want. Agreed a price. They haven't agreed formally, but the last thing they said to me was, we'll see you next month. Okay, I've just left the meeting with the manufacturer, and that was different. That was an hour instead of a longer sort of diagnostic session. This managing director knew exactly what they were planning to do and had paperwork. And their plan is to purchase a piece of machinery for around £80,000-90,000, and they were exploring funding. Was there any support to purchase capital equipment such as manufacturing machines? And that's what's the word? A targeted meeting, because I can immediately reply to that. I don't have to ask questions diagnostically to identify opportunities. They're there. They've already done that. That business have considered it and they've said, we're going to buy a machine. And yeah. So it's quite simple for me, which is I say to him, well, we could do that for you. He's like, what do you mean? And I said, well, we could submit the application for you and take that off your desk. So why would I get you to do that for a fee? So, oh, lots of reasons. The first is you're a busy man, your time is valuable, and you'll save that immediately in terms of freed up development time. That's probably the least important reason to use a third party to submit a grant application. The second reason is we know what to say. We've been in business support for a good 20 years, and actually applying for funding is very much about how you structure your proposal and pitch, what information you include, what information you don't include, and style. Because whilst you want the money, you have to be thinking of the needs of the grant awarder. Well, that's the second reason. And the third reason is we know people. And I don't mean it in a difficult, sort of unethical way. What I mean is, when you know a lot of people involved in funding and business support, you know which questions to ask prior to submission. So I can ring someone up and say on their behalf, what do you think about this piece of information? Should I include it? Shouldn't I include it? And that is very useful to know. So to cut a long story short, what I said to him was, I'll submit your application on your behalf. Funding bodies are used to that. They're used to dealing with consultants because consultants submit strong applications written in the right way that meet the requirements and the the pressures of the funder. And I'll submit it, I'll write it, I'll style it, I'll pitch it, I'll make it easy for you. When you are awarded £40,000 funding, then you will have paid us a fraction of that amount to do the work. He said that sounds of great interest, and gave me some information and his work to date, and said contact me tomorrow. So I will. Okay, I've just left my third meeting with the retailer, and they're an online retailer, so unlike the other two sessions, I did have some idea about what kind of work I might be engaged in, because it's all very public, isn't it? I can go onto the website, see how they've used their content, see how they have usability, all those kind of things. But it's not like walking in blind like the previous sessions. However, that still may not be what they want me to do, so never assume. So I walk in, meet the two directors, say hello, introduce myself, they introduce themselves to me, and so on, and ask him what he's planning to do. This is already a successful company, okay? Now, what are you planning to do this year? He said, you know, we're going to go and do exhibitions more abroad and things like that. And I said, okay. When I was driving up here today, if I had walked into your business and you hadn't said anything and I hadn't said anything, and I passed you a piece of paper across the table, this is what it would have said. It would have said, I want to work with your team, your content team, your marketing, sales, web team. I would like to work closely with them over a sustained period of time to challenge your sales flow, the process of content on a website, okay? To look at how you sell, to look at how you deliver content, in what order, what type of content, to look at how you engage social media, the whole remit of converting a customer online to buy a product. That's what I would like to have done, because I think there's potential in looking at what is a very successful large operation and making adjustments. And one of the directors rightly said, well, I've read all about these smart targets. What exactly is your smart target in this project? I said, well, I like smart targets when I'm asking someone else to do something. However, as you asked me a direct question, this is what I think they are. And they are the two key performance targets on any e-business retail site. They are sales conversion. How many customers compared to visitors make a purchase? They are average customer spend. Of those customers who made the purchase, how much money did they actually pass on to purchase the product each session, each transaction? And finally, how much traffic did you get? And I don't like that one because I can get loads of traffic that is the wrong kind of people and don't buy anything. And so that's what I committed to as a pitch today. I said, look, I don't want to be a consultant for you. I don't want you to say, go and make these adjustments. Tell me when they're done. I want to transfer the knowledge. I want to work with that person in that office who is your web person, so that together we challenge, come up with ideas, make the adjustments, tweak the content, and increase sales conversion and average customer spend. On a scale that this business is operating at, where there are thousands and thousands of transactions every day, if I can make an adjustment in sales conversion of 1%, you will make a return on investment far beyond what you pay me. And I'm happy to work on that basis. And I said, would you like me to send you a proposal this evening? And they said, yes, please. So whilst, you know, I can't say for certain that this day of selling, or even just meeting people, has been successful, I'm not unhappy.